Welcome to VKNBN everyone. It's been quite a while, but in today's video we're going to be traveling to Moc Chau. Let's go. So I finally arrived at Meeting bus station. This is where you take a coach to Moc Chau, and currently I'm on a sleeper bus. Just to give you a view of what it looks like, here it is. One suggestion when you are taking a coach from city to city is to book a bus ahead of time, because if you arrive to the bus station, what you get is a lot of hawkers coming to you trying to sell you their tickets to take you wherever you want to go, and at times they can be a little bit pushy by grabbing your luggage, and that's something you kind of want to prevent. They don't mean to be rude or anything, it's just the way they do things here. So if that does happen to you, just be firm and just say no. You already booked the ticket, you know where you want to go. So finally, after 30 to 40 minutes of waiting on the bus, it's finally leaving. And I have to say that already my back is beginning to hurt, and I still have a 6-hour journey ahead of me. If you are coming from the west, then it is highly recommended that you take a more luxurious option for sleeper bus. I'm 5'4" and I already feel really cramped. But you do have to give Vietnamese people a lot of credit. They are really resilient, and they can withstand a lot of difficult situations such as this. Something I definitely need to develop more in myself. Alright, there's been a new development. This older woman asked me to change seats because she wanted to be next to her friend, who is actually sleeping in the aisle directly next to me. So that made me feel a bit uncomfortable. So I decided to switch, and now I'm actually on the second floor of the sleeper bus, where I initially didn't want to be, but at the end of the day, I'm being a good Samaritan and giving up my seat. And I just realized that after switching, there's less air conditioning up here. Great. So after about 2 hours, we finally come to our first stop. Thank God, because I had to use the washroom. Currently, I don't really know where we are, but it's definitely a rural part of town. Alright, so finally here after 6 hours. The bus ride wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And fortunately, my back does not hurt. But the last 2 hours on the bus was pretty rough, as I started to get motion sickness. But I'm finally glad we're here, and it's really welcoming to see this when you first land in Moc Chau. So on my first actual day, I didn't do much as I was still settling down in the area I was staying at. One of the things I like to do whenever I come to these small towns is to go to the local gym. While these gyms are definitely not as modern as the ones in the big cities, the main charm of these gyms are that they are usually mom and pop owned. They reflect and represent an 80s style era of how gyms used to be, and operate under an old school style of running gyms. To further explain, I was first told that this gym opened from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., a time which was too early for me to work out. Closed for the rest of the day, and then reopened from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., a time which I didn't want to exercise since I was on vacation and wanted to take part in other activities. To resolve this, I basically went to the gym and spoke to the owner directly and asked them if they could open the gym for me at a reasonable time in which I could work out. They were more than happy to do so and provided me all that I needed to have a good workout: lightings, fans, and of course, music. After 2 hours of weightlifting, I respectfully turned off all fans and equipment, went and paid the fee of 30,000 BND, which equates roughly to $1.50 US and went home. Super simple. No ID required or membership needed. Just pay and go. While this price may seem super cheap to people in the West, I actually found comparable gyms in Vietnam for 1/3 the price with similar equipment and facilities. All in all, these gyms always provide a good sense of nostalgia. So today I'm at a mountain resort in Moc Chau, and it's pretty stunning here. We can see a lot of mountains. As you guys can see, there is a really great water fountain up here. It's about, I would say, 20 kilometers away from where I was staying. So let's see what this day has in store for us. Okay, so we just paid to go on a ride. I'm not sure what it is, but you know, in my opinion, whenever you come to these resorts, everything is marked up. So basically, to go on this ride, it's about, I would say, $26 US per person. So we have about 7 people going. Of course, you can add up the numbers, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So after some research, I found out that this is called the Baklong Bridge or White Dragon Bridge, and it has a total length of 632 meters, which puts it in the Guinness World Records. Now I'm gonna admit something. I'm not a big fan of heights, and this bridge is, of course, like any other bridge, very high up, and I can kind of feel the bridge swaying a bit, although there is no wind, but it's one hell of an experience. Okay, this is no joke. When I first got here, I felt a sense of excitement, but that excitement is quickly turning into fear, and all I'm looking forward to is getting to the other side of the bridge. Yeah, I'm definitely walking with trepidation. Oh my god. Okay, once in a lifetime experience only, not to be repeated. As they say with anyone who is afraid of heights, the key is just not to look down. Alright, great. So I've reached the other side of the bridge, and you know, it started to rain a little, and I was kind of worried about my camera gear, but when walking across that bridge, I was just focused on getting to the other side. So once you cross the bridge, it leads you to this other pathway which runs along the wall of this, I believe, let's just call it a rock wall. So I'm gonna continue just walking along this path, and if you're afraid of heights, you should probably, of course, you shouldn't be worried about the bridge, as I'm pretty sure the engineers designed it that it wouldn't break, like duh. One of the things that you should be worried about is dropping your belongings, because I see a lot of people, of course, taking pictures with their cell phone, and currently I'm filming with my DJI Osmo Action. However, I do not have a leash connected to my my wrist, so I'm holding this very carefully. That is one hell of a view. Alright, let's continue this trip. So upon coming here, it's really organized, and they actually play Western music that fits in with the setting while you're high up above amongst the clouds. And everyone is really polite. Every time you pass an employee, they bow their head, they say hi, they smile, which is definitely a good change from the city I'm living in, where most people are kind of just go about their day, right? Big city living. And that ends the journey along the glass bridge. And at the end of the trip, you actually are welcome to this cafe here, which is basically inside a cave. So it's a great setting, and I really recommend that you guys come here if you visit Moc Chau. They have a zip line ride here, but it's not open yet. And basically, this is what it looks like. So eventually, you'll go here, and you'll zip line all the way down there. Now it's really funny how I talk about how that I'm excited if there was a zip line ride, but if I can't even handle that glass bridge, then of course, how can I go on that zip line, right? Okay. Cái này. Come on. Holy. Oh my God! It's holy. Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay. Nhanh nhỉ? And here is a newly built bamboo restaurant. Not only is it appealing to eat here, but from what I was told, the prices are reasonable and the place is very large. You can't see it from here, but there is also a second floor. Although not all children can access the glass bridge, there is an area for them to play, run around, and enjoy themselves. To conclude, I'm going to have to end this video a bit short as it is going on too long. However, I did have a good time here. Despite the place not being fully finished, I can only imagine all the other activities they'll add once this place is completely built. I'll be creating another video to show you what I did for the rest of this day and throughout my trip. So I'll see you guys in the next one.
We're meant to be in the great outdoors.